folks. We're speaking with Sylvia Browne, internationally best-selling author of the new book, Psychic, My Life in Two Worlds. This is an intimate, no-holds-barred story of the world's best-known psychic. I want you to check out sylviabrowne.com. If you're listening through our website, just click on Sylvia's name. It'll take you right to her website. It opens a new window, so it doesn't interfere with the show at all, so you can browse around her website while you listen to this accomplished and brilliant woman speak. I want to talk a little bit more before we get to the feedback. I'm curious, Sylvia, about the process. Has anybody... How does it work? Has it ever come to you where someone just comes and say, hey, Sylvia, grab a pen and paper. This is how it works. So we've all heard that, as you're dying, you see the light, but this is what happened after. I went over here. I was in processing. I saw this person. How does it work?
You mean a death?
Yes.
Or how do I do it?
How does the death work? How have you learned throughout your whole career? Have you learned that there's a process of what happens from death to, finally coming in contact with you?
Absolutely, and that's why I always try to give people, because I don't ever believe in giving people a lie or a false sense of happiness or security, but I've been at literally thousands of deathbeds, and I'm telling you the truth. Even in regression or whatever you're seeing there, writhing around, you say, oh, they're not in there, they're on the other side. Same with Alzheimer's. It's your test, not theirs, because with all the years I've taken people through death experiences, they don't have a bit of trouble. What they do have a problem with, in fact, I tell all my hypnotherapists, you can take them through the birth series, but put them in the observation position. Don't let them experience it, because it's just horrible for them. See, I think we've got, like my grandmother would say, everything backwards. When we die, we go back into life, and when we come from the other side, we die.
Huh. And why does it seem we get some answers and some connections with some folks and maybe not with others? We may or someone might come to you, Sylvia, and say, listen, I really need to connect with my Aunt Rita who passed away, but yet somebody else comes in. How come it doesn't seem like we have such control or communication, or is that just a human desire to have both control and communication?
Oh, I think it's a human desire, but what I have found, I could tell you story after story, but what I have found is, let's say you want to get a hold of Aunt Harriet, but Uncle Henry comes in. What people don't realize is that Uncle Henry could tell you just as much as Aunt Harriet. I always think of it as a phone ringing on the other side, and everybody wants to talk, I had the strangest thing not too long ago where a man came in. I said, before you sit down, there's a Richard here that was decapitated, that wants to talk to you. He was decapitated in an accident. He said, oh, I already know about that. I want to know about my love life. Now, I don't know about you, and I certainly don't want any kudos, but I certainly would want to know, how the hell did this woman know, first of all, that there was a Richard that was decapitated? And more important than that, what the hell did he want to say to me? But all he cared about was this woman, and when is she going to come back? I just sat there because I don't infringe myself on other people. I don't walk up. I'm not a psychic ambulance chaser, I don't infringe on people's lives, but I certainly don't ever mind people coming up to me, whether I'm in a restaurant, an airport, and I've heard a lot of celebrities, which I won't name, say, oh, I wish they'd leave me alone. I said, then why don't you keep your mug off the screen or the TV? Because the minute you do that, those are the people that made you. So how dare you be rude to them?
I agree 100%. Folks, we're loving our conversation with Sylvia Browne. She is the internationally best-selling author of numerous books. She's been on tons of shows. I know a lot of you are feeding back that you used to watch her on Montel. You put me on that list. I used to love watching her on Montel Williams Show. I've seen her a bunch of times on Larry King Live. I want you to check out sylviabrowne.com. That's sylviabrowne.com. We're going to take a quick break. I can't believe a half hour went by already. We're going to take a quick break, 2 minutes, and we'll be back with Sylvia. We've got a whole segment left with Sylvia, and we'll get to your feedback. You're listening to Empowered Living, Life, the Truth, and Being Free. I'm your host, Steve Maraboli. We'll be right back.